Alright guys, this is Dre from Dream Pro Multimedia. I just got in a brand new venture for me. Actually, I'm a Mac guy, but I'm going to switch over to PC just for the fact that I can go ahead and add a video card to my process to make my render times faster when I'm editing in Premiere Pro. So these are all the things that I have. Doing an unboxing on this new motherboard I just got. Don't know nothing about PC. I'm sorry. I've never built a computer before. This is my first time attempt at it. Mainly, this is a video for people who do videography. Anybody who's looking to, take their editing to the next level. From what I heard, a video gaming PC is the way to go. So here we go. We have a couple pieces that I picked up along the way just to get this started. So first thing first is the Gigabyte B450M DS3H. Now, I chose this because I really didn't want to put a lot of money into this. I really don't know what I'm doing. So I didn't want to get too out of whack with the prices and whatnot. But I was able to get this for about $70. Very, very cheap product here. It's not a cheap product, but very inexpensive product, I should say. We're going to see what it does. I'm also going to be putting in a Ryzen 5 processor, 2600. That also came with the cooling fan, AMD cooling fan. Make sure you guys see that, and a Ryzen 5. Throw those bad boys in. I grabbed some HyperX Fury DDR4 RAM chips. I believe these guys are 8 gigs each. I believe I can go up to 16, but I wasn't able to find them for 16 for a good price. Believe it or not, I got both of these sticks, 20 bucks. Haha, thank you. I'm gonna be using something brand new to me. It must have been out at least for a year by now, but I didn't know anything about it until about 2 months ago. But I'm gonna throw in this SSD hard drive. It's a Samsung product, 970 Evo Plus, NVMe M.2. Supposed to speed the processing and the computing up ridiculously as opposed to a SSD drive or a hard drive, a HDD. So this is all brand new to me. I just want you guys to take a journey with me. A lot of people look to get into videography, graphic design, and they really get to a point and get frustrated like I was probably about 6 months ago. I'm still frustrated right now because my render times are ridiculous. If I go and film something that's, let's say, 2 camera shots, one in 4K, one in 1080p, that alone is going to take me a render time of about at least 36 hours on my MacBook Pro. Yes, I said 36 hours for one project. Now, typically my projects are about an hour or so, depending on what I'm recording. But if I'm going to be doing this and I'm going to start making movies and films and things of that nature, I gotta step my game up. This is probably going to be the very first start to it. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to grow into getting something different than this, but this is going to be the start for it. Okay. Oh, one last thing I forgot to show you was my video card. Duh, this is the biggest thing. This is a GTX 1070, I believe it is. I got this guy for a really good price. Unfortunately, I got it used, but man, it's pristine condition. I don't see any flaws in it. No dust. The guy that I bought it from took great care of him. He had multiple of these. But this is the video card. This is the main piece that's going to allow you to speed up that render time. So if you go on your computer right now, if you're using a Mac or PC, you can go into About My Computer, whatever the case may be, and look at and see what type of graphics card you're using for your editing. That is the muscle behind your render times. Before, I'm not sure what was in my Mac. I know it was I think it was an NVIDIA product. It didn't look nothing like this, nothing like this. And it wasn't able to be interchangeable with Mac. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to PC. Gives you all your HDMI outputs, DVI outputs. I mean, wow. We're gonna see what this thing does. So I'm gonna unbox this and let you guys see what it looks like. Here we go. Comes with a set of SATA cables. I got tons of those. Put those to the side. Bring the motherboard out. And all the videos I've seen, there's a little screw on top of here. All the videos I've seen, some reason the guys take this down and they put it right on top like this. So I'm gonna do the same thing. There she blows. I know everybody's looking like, what in the world is that? This is the inside of what your computer looks like. You know that the tower, the big thing you have underneath your desk usually somewhere. This is the insides of it. And they make these things different so that you can get better power out of them. This is mainly made for gaming, but I'm going to use it for video editing, graphic design, things of that nature, okay? So, from what I've heard, this is basically where you put your CPU, which will be the Ryzen deal here. Drops right in here in this part. Lift the pin, drop it in, sits there. Your RAM goes in these slots here. Your hard drive goes into this slot here. And your video card goes into, I'm not sure which one it is. It's one of these two. I'll figure it out as the process goes by. But yeah, pretty excited to get this in. Glad to get you guys to see the unboxing of it, show you all the parts that I'm putting into it. And as I do it, I'll try to keep you updated. All right, so what I'm gonna do is actually put my power supply in first. On the bottom of this PC case, there is a ventilated area. Let's see if I can get this a little bit wider. Perfect, there we go. It's a ventilated area there. This is where your power supply goes. This section here is where your hard drives are gonna sit at. You also put some SSDs here, but we're gonna talk about the power case. The power supply. Power supply is gonna sit here. I'm gonna actually drop it in. It's a non-modular, so all the cables are connected. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just basically just pop it in, screw it down, then run your cables to your board to power it. All right, so I got that power supply secured in. I'm gonna flip this back over and tell you why I put the battery supply in first. There's a whole bunch of cables that come from that power supply to supply power to your motherboard. You want those cables accessible. You want to be able to put them where you want. So there is a certain cable that you're looking for that you want. It's going to run a certain way. So for instance, this cable here is going to go, I know, to this side of the board. So I would run that most likely through here. This is called cable management. It's a necessary evil. All right, got my cables. Now I'm going to see what setup I'm going to actually use for this motherboard. Run my cables the right way, then put the motherboard in after. All right, guys. So one thing you do want to remember is when you get your motherboard, there should be a what they call an I/O plate. This actually goes directly on the back of this guy here. Lines directly up with all the different things, labels it and whatnot. This is something you would put in right before you tie down or screw in your motherboard. Now, you notice that I have a lot of cables back here. These are all the power cables that's coming from the actual power supply that I've already screwed in. What I did was I took the CPU cables and tie them up. I brought them through the back up to the top here, so they'll be closer to where they're going to connect to on the motherboard. All right, I did the same thing down here in the bottom. This is the HD audio, USB. I split them across and put them into those two slots there. So I also have the PCI cord here that's going to be lined up directly where it should be once you tie this motherboard in. So once you get ready to pop this in, I'm going to have to actually get these cables out the way so it fits in correctly. Now, as you can see, all these cables are needed to get in a certain spot. So that is why I felt it was important to put the battery in first, so that I can go ahead and have these cables where they need to be. I'm gonna actually just go ahead and put this I/O plate in separately first, then put the motherboard into place there and have it lined up with the standoffs that I have. All right. Let's get this motherboard screwed in.